Hello everyone, and thank you for tuning into this video. My name is William Grazione with metabolicevolution.com. The following video is a case study regarding one of my female clients named Hannah Wallace and her success with reverse dieting. Now, before I get too far into that, I first would like to say thank you to all of you guys who tuned in to watch the last video, who either viewed it, commented on it, or liked it. Your involvement in that video is very much appreciated, so I just want to say thank you guys very much. Now, moving on to discuss Hannah. Hannah started working with me on October 12th, 2013. Now, before working with me, let me give you guys a little bit of background on Hannah. She had gone through the ringer of low calorie, high cardio dieting, getting ready for a figure show last year, and had experienced some rebound after the show, and was trying to find more of a flexible way to diet when I believe her husband stumbled upon reverse dieting or calculating macronutrients or IIFYM, any way you want to put it. So they both started to implement that into their lifestyle. They found it far more achievable, and they were both still able to maintain their goal. Her husband Darius, I've been working with him now for quite some time. We initially dieted him down, and now he's been reverse dieting for quite some time now. Now, Hannah, on the other hand, now the reason I wanted to choose Hannah for this study or this PowerPoint presentation was because this is something that I have not seen a lot of, I must say. This is something that kind of almost caught me off guard, but I was very satisfied with the outcome because it puts her in such a better position going into a possible contest prep later on this year. Now, before working with Hannah, I believe she had kind of stagnated. She was utilizing flexible dieting already, so that did help eliminate the learning curve, but she was maintaining body weight, I believe, around 1,500 calories per day. And I mean, her and her husband, they would go out and have meals out and things. So saying that her maintenance level was 1,500 may be a little shy. So what I did initially was I just gave her a set base of macronutrients to what I felt she would respond well to. Now, she did respond very well to it, and the macronutrients that I implemented for her are dictated here on the screen: 45, 165, and 140, roughly about 1,600 calories, 144 pounds with a 27-inch waist. All right. Now, the cool thing is what happened after she got very consistent with these macros. Now, the next slide is a chart demonstrating the progress that Hannah made over the last 5 months of us working together. Now, as you can see, in October, which was our starting point, carbohydrates were relatively low, weight was 144, waist was 27, and you can see the progression through the chart. Moving into November, we had already increased her carbohydrates up to 185, and she continuously lost weight. So I wanted to get a little bit more aggressive. So I started to implement more carbohydrates and more fat into her daily intake. And what happened? She dropped even further. She began to plateau in weight right around mid-December, early January, right around 133 pounds, 134 pounds, somewhere in there. But that didn't give me a reason to stop. I kept implementing more calories, and by the beginning of February, she actually dropped down to 131 pounds. And, of course, as you see, eating 300 grams of carbohydrates per day and over, I believe, 60 something grams of fat. Now, if you look at the entire length of these 5 months and kind of how I monitored everything, the impressive thing is that typically you have to decrease calories to lose weight. Now, when I started Hannah off, we were at 165 grams, and as you can see, we go from 165 all the way up to 300 over a 5 months time span. Now, her weight dropped, I believe that's about, what's that, 12.6 pounds? Her weight dropped 12.6 pounds over that 5 months time span. So very impressive results. Her waist also dropped 2 inches, and she began, upon working with her, she had already loved weight training, but she was doing more low intensity cardio, I think, and we implemented 2 high intensity cardio sessions per week, and that's all the cardio that she did. Her body just responded very well to the increase in carbohydrates or calories. So the next couple slides are just comparisons, and I'll leave these slides up just for a little while so you guys can kind of look at the dates, her weight, her macros, and her waist, and obviously you can view her photo and see how you feel she may have shifted in body composition. Okay, I'm going to move forward to the next slide. And I'm going to move forward to the next slide. Okay, now this slide here is the finisher. Okay, this is a visual of what I want you to see in regards to when we started on October 12th, 2013, and where we were about a week ago on February 8th, 2014. Okay, now she dropped a total of 12.5 pounds. Her macronutrients shifted by about 700 calories per day, every day, and waist was down 2 inches. Now, the photos speak for themselves. I mean, you can tell that her overall body composition has changed immensely. Everywhere from her quadriceps, her deltoids, her back, hamstrings, the glutes, everywhere. Her V-taper has also improved a lot, and again, this was a study to where, or this was a example that honestly I really haven't seen before. I believe my friend Dr. Lane Norton said this in a video a couple weeks back where he was talking about one of his clients being a hyper responder. Well, I would say this is a hyper responder if I've ever seen one. I have not had a client improve while reverse dieting this significantly before, and I will say this is not common, so I'm not gonna tell you guys that this can happen, but it's not very common, but it did happen for Hannah. So I just want to let her know congratulations on all of your accomplishments thus far. You've been an amazing client to work with, and I look forward to seeing you compete and figure it in the future. Hannah and her husband are both extremely awesome people. They're both amazing clients, and I am extremely blessed to be able to work with the both of them. So thank you guys very much for looking into this video. Again, I know it's not something that's very common to happen. Typically, most of my clients, they'll gain a couple pounds as we're reverse dieting. But again, as we're sacrificing a couple pounds of weight to gain more metabolic rate or gain more capacity so we can diet later on. I did not expect this to happen, but it did, and I definitely wanted to monitor it. And I'm very grateful to be able to show you guys this progression or this transformation through re-implementing calories. So thank you guys very much for tuning into this video. If you have any questions, you can feel free to email me at metabolic